That morning started like any other, with an alarm that felt too loud and a sky that looked undecided about rain. He had a list in his head of everything that needed to be done, places to be, people to call, problems to solve. Life lately felt like a long hallway of responsibilities, one door after another, never stopping long enough to breathe. He left the apartment in a hurry, coffee still too hot in his hand, already thinking about what might go wrong before noon. He didn't expect anything unusual, and that was exactly why it happened. Halfway down the street, the bus didn't come. 10 minutes passed, then 15. People around him complained, checked their phones, sighed loudly. Normally, he would do the same. Instead, he looked up. The city was waking slowly. A small bakery opened its doors, warm air and the smell of bread spilling onto the sidewalk. An old man fed pigeons near the corner, smiling as if he had nowhere else to be. A girl laughed loudly into her phone, completely unbothered by being late. For the first time in weeks, he felt time loosen its grip. He walked into the bakery, ordered something he usually skipped, and sat by the window. It felt strange and comforting at the same time, like breaking a rule no one would punish him for. The rest of the day continued the same way, not according to plan, but somehow better. Meetings were postponed. Calls went unanswered. Instead of fighting it, he let the day unfold. He walked longer routes, noticed familiar streets from new angles, remembered things he had forgotten about himself. By evening, he realized something simple but important. Control had been exhausting him. Life didn't need to be managed every second to be meaningful. Sometimes, letting go didn't mean falling behind. It meant finally catching up with yourself. When he returned home, nothing dramatic had changed. His problems were still there. Tomorrow would still require effort. But inside, something felt lighter. That day taught him that not every moment needs to be productive to be valuable. Some days are meant to remind you that you're alive, not just functioning. And sometimes, the best things begin when plans quietly fall apart. The next morning, he woke up expecting the familiar pressure to return, that tight feeling in his chest that usually came with another list of things to fix and deadlines to chase. But it didn't come the same way. Instead, there was a calm curiosity about how the day might unfold. He still had responsibilities, still answered messages, still showed up where he was needed, but something inside him had shifted. He stopped rushing through conversations and started actually hearing people. He noticed how often others were carrying the same invisible weight he had carried for years, smiling on the outside while quietly struggling to keep up. This awareness didn't make him weaker. It made him more patient with others and with himself. Days turned into weeks, and that accidental pause became a small habit. He began allowing space for moments that didn't serve a clear purpose. Sitting on a bench after work, taking a longer walk instead of the fastest route home, saying no without guilt when his body asked for rest. Surprisingly, life didn't fall apart. In fact, some things improved. His work became more focused because he wasn't constantly exhausted. His relationships felt warmer because he was present instead of distracted. Even the problems that once seemed overwhelming felt more manageable when he wasn't fighting time itself. He learned that balance wasn't about doing less, but about choosing what truly mattered. One evening, as he stood by the window watching city lights blink on one by one, he understood that change doesn't always arrive as a dramatic decision. Sometimes it slips in quietly, through a missed bus, an unexpected coffee break, a moment where you choose to breathe instead of push. That realization stayed with him. Life would still be unpredictable, still imperfect, still demanding. But now he knew something important. He didn't need to outrun it. He could walk alongside it, one unplanned moment at a time.